Good morning, everyone. Clint McLaughlin here. Midwest Market Management got Riley Sykart on with me here today. It is Tuesday, September 9th. Kind of an exciting day here, Riley. We're going to kick off South America weather for the first time for the 25-26 growing season. Feels like they just got done harvesting not a couple weeks ago, and here we are slamming beans in the ground.
They don't take a lot of time off down there. It goes from one to the other. Give them credit. They don't like sitting around.
Yeah.
But yeah, first time we've done this, I think since June, Clint. So
yeah,
puts it into perspective a little bit. Make sure I shake my rust off and still can sound like I'm talking smart enough about South America.
Yeah.
But I'll hop right into the maps here. As we talk about South America, I've done this ever since we started doing these reports. First thing I want to do is put into perspective how big of an area we're talking about here. South America is a huge country, and so is Brazil. Excuse me, South America is a big continent. Brazil's a huge country. Main crop areas are anywhere from Mato Grosso all the way south into Argentina. So basically, we're looking at that southern half to 2/3 of the country of Brazil. Putting Mato Grosso into the U.S., we're not talking about Safrinha, so the 50% of production is not as big of a deal right now. But this is not a small area. Mato Grosso, which was that one small region of Brazil, is as big as almost the entire Midwest. So this is a huge amount of area we're talking about here. This is not just a little 1 to 2 states and you can figure out their weather in a 1 sentence deal. So looking at areas to watch, going a little bit more in depth on this. Mato Grosso, you can go into the Tocantins a little bit to the north, but for the most part, Mato Grosso and south is where we're looking at crops. So Mato Grosso, do Sul, Paraná, pretty key areas as well. So
keep in mind here, back up just a minute for a second, Riley. Let's keep in mind here. So we're South America, south of the equator. So these guys are gonna, we start in the south and work our way north. They're gonna start in the north and work their way south. So when you're hearing bean planting production numbers, we're probably talking about the very northern tiers of Mato Grosso is where they will be starting. Argentina won't be firing up for a very long time with what we would refer to as spring crops, or corn, soybean type of crops.
Yep, and the one thing that's different in South America too is they're coming out of their dry season right now, and a lot of farmers will wait for a rain before they start to stick the crop in. So that's a pretty big focus of what we're going to be looking at today. So as we're looking at planting progress, not a whole lot going on yet, except for some areas actually in the south because they had some rain, Clint.
Oh.
So Rio Grande do Sul and regions down in the south, given percentage-wise, it's not a large amount of the crop, but that's the only regions right now that have had any rain. So they're really about the only places with some decent crop progress. Mato Grosso, that planting window just opened up in September 7th. So we're talking 2 days ago here. So just getting into the swing of things. Overall planting progress, Brazil saying 13% on the corn crop. Bean numbers have not came out yet, so I don't have an official number on that. But off to a pretty quick start. 13%, 5-year average of 14%. Not really anything unexpected there. But moving into the temperature side, you want to see why the North hasn't started planting yet, Clint. Here you go. 1 to 5 day temperatures averaging over 100. This isn't just the high over one of the days. This is the average over the next 5 days, over 100 degrees. So as you're looking at Mato Grosso and those north regions, when you're dry and you have super hot temperatures, not really going to be too excited to get out there and plant for those guys. A lot of people, this is the end of the dry season, so there should be more rain that starts coming into the forecast. But this beginning time frame, there's not a whole lot of moisture in the ground. Everything's pretty depleted. And you can see why right here. So 1 to 5 day, really dry, really hot. 6 to 10 day, more of the same. A lot of heat going on. So I wouldn't expect planting progress to take a huge jump next week, except for these southern regions. And more reason behind that, you can see the last 13 days, they have had enough rain down there to get some regions planting. And that's the big reason there's been some stuff stuck in the ground down there already. But as you can see, everywhere else, it's as close to a big fat 0 as you can get. And moving in the 1 to 5 day, you want to talk about a dry season. 0 everywhere, and the 6 to 10 day, a little chance out towards the rainforest regions of the west. Not a whole lot of crop grown in that western Mato Grosso area. So other than some stuff down in Sao Paulo and Paraná, not a whole lot of rain in the forecast in the next 10 days. So I wouldn't expect crop to be getting slammed in the ground on a rather quick basis, except for those regions down in the south. So in terms of market impact, I'd say South America, we're pretty early to the party here. I don't think many people are going to be acknowledging this yet, Clint. But if they don't have any rain come in the forecast within the next month or two, and planting progress is slow, I could actually see that affecting the corn market, even maybe more so than the bean market, due to that Safrinha crop. That planting window is so tight on that. And the later that first crop that's getting stuck in the ground comes right now, that means the later the Safrinha crop can get planted too. So if there's no rain in the forecast, I wouldn't be surprised to see a little bit of either more short covering from the corn side, or maybe even just a start of a more of a bullish story in South America. But as of right now, way too early to be thinking about market run-ups from South American weather.
So. Yeah, a lot of, they have a pretty, from my understanding of it, is they have probably a little bit wider window of opportunity than what we really do. So it's a little bit different. It's going to be fun to follow them throughout the year and see how things shake out. And clearly at this point in time, talking about anything from a national yield perspective is just a moot point. So I appreciate you putting the maps together, and we'll be looking forward to getting in here next on Thursday and give you a follow-up, see where we're at. So appreciate everybody tuning in. Again, Clint McLaughlin, Riley Sidecard, Midwest Market Management. You can check us out at midwestmarketmanagement.com. Thanks a lot, and have a great day.
This material has been prepared by a sales or trading employee or agent of Midwest Market Management and is or is in the nature of a solicitation. This material is not a research report prepared by of Midwest Market Management Research Department. By accepting this communication, you agree that you are an experienced user of the futures markets, capable of making independent trading decisions, and agree that you are not and will not rely solely on this communication in making trading decisions. Distribution in some jurisdictions may be prohibited or restricted by law. Persons in possession of this communication indirectly should inform themselves about and observe any such prohibition or restrictions. To the extent that you have received this communication indirectly and solicitations are prohibited in your jurisdiction without registration, the market commentary in this communication should not be considered a solicitation. The risk of loss in trading futures and/or options is substantial, and each investor and/or trader must consider whether this is a suitable investment. Past performance, whether actual or indicated by simulated historical tests of strategies, is not indicative of future results. Trading advice is based on information taken from trades and statistical services and other sources that of Midwest Market Management believes are reliable. We do not guarantee that such information is accurate or complete, and it should not be relied upon as such. Trading advice reflects our good faith judgment at a specific time and is subject to change without notice. There is no guarantee that the advice we give will result in profitable trades.